one down there.
It's pretty dark, huh?
You're on this one over here coming across. Yeah, it's pretty dark. Whole thing is.
Let's be honest now.
We really need some lighting in here.
Okay. So we pause? Don't go live yet?
We're live right now.
Oh.
We've been live for 27 seconds.
Mm.
We've already got 100 viewers.
Holy, really?
No.
Are you gonna talk into your microphone, or is it's just there for looks?
You know,
That's better.
there was a time whenever I used microphones like this on stage when I had to get in. But now that I've gone on to the studio setting, I figured we'd have better microphones than a SM57. But I guess you gotta dance with who brung you.
SM57 isn't good enough for you.
No. I'm going right into
John
John
May.
May. Yeah.
I'm going out to cut me some wood. I got a match and the whole
This is from her playing at Papa Joe's?
Yeah.
there's a catch to just what I'm doing, and now I'll bet if my heart's not
Sweet.
ruined, you won't
right.
see me.
Just gonna cut it off all abruptly like that? You can't fade it out for like a nice, like a soft touch,
Nah,
like
I
a soft
gotta
landing?
make
It's
a-
gonna
no,
come
I
out
gotta
of it
make a-
hard like that?
Yeah. I gotta make a hard landing. on
That's
it.
that's rough. Taking the viewers through a rough
Yeah, I know.
experience.
I am. Check this out.
Fade. That's what faders are for, bro. Faded in,
I don't
faded
have
out.
a fader on this.
Yes. We've had a rise in hate crimes every single one of the last 3 years. During an administration where you have a president who's called Mexicans rapists and criminals, though Mexican immigrants commit crimes at a far lower rate than those born here in the country, he has tried to make us afraid of them to some real effect and consequence. Attempting to ban all Muslims from this country.
from El
The day that he
Paso,
signed
isn't
that
he?
executive order, the mosque in Victoria, Texas, was burned to the ground. Those chants that we heard in Greenville, North Carolina, send her back, talking about our fellow American citizens duly elected to represent their constituents in the Congress, who happen to be women of color. He is a racist, and he stokes racism in this country, and it does not just offend our sensibilities, it fundamentally changes the character of this country, and it leads to violence.
It leads to violence.
Well, you're seeing it right there.
So, will mass shootings shape up the 2020 election? You know what I mean? Will they be a key talking point?
No. Because the same shit happens every time. Mass shooting,
We live on YouTube?
thoughts and prayers. Yeah. Congress does nothing. Blah, blah, blah. Somebody gets mad because you want to take their guns. Somebody else and then it happens all over again.
Well, what do you think? What do you think should happen differently?
Well, hell, if I had all the answers, I guess I'd be running for office, wouldn't I?
I don't know if you're the kind of guy that would run for office if you did have all the answers.
I would.
I feel like you'd keep the answers to yourself. Some of them.
I think that one of the big things is learning how to recognize mental illness.
Okay, yeah.
Because I think anybody that does something like that has got to be mentally ill.
The El Paso shooting?
Yeah, mass shoot, anything like that. Anybody who kills somebody, I mean, other than a crime of passion, which that's temporary insanity, so.
Mentally ill, huh?
Mentally ill, yeah.
It's diving right in right there. That's diving right in.
Well, that's the truth. everybody's like, don't try to take my guns. Well, you know, if you can pass a mentally ill fit list to have a gun, then you ought to be able to have a gun. But if you throw it off and crazy, you ought not to be able to have a gun. It seems to me that everybody's argument now is, well, you can't get all the guns, so everybody might as well have one. I don't believe in taking people's guns that want to protect themselves. I don't believe in that at all. I don't believe in doing anything different with the Second Amendment to the Constitution.
The Second Amendment.
Yeah. That was a little devil's advocate thing sneaking in the back of my brain right there.
Yeah.
Almost let it slip in public, but
Yeah.
anyway, let's see what else Beto has to say.
And again, there are still details that we are waiting on, but I'm just following the lead that I've heard from the El Paso Police Department, where they say there are strong indications that this shooter wrote that manifesto and that this was inspired by his hatred of people here in this community.
Police are
Pretty much sums it up.
So was this guy mentally ill? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying, of course he's mentally ill.
Are you gonna talk into the microphone, or it's just for looks?
It's just for looks. When you got it going on like me, you don't have to talk into microphones.
I get
you can
that.
whisper and
I
people,
appreciate that.
people will just listen to you.
They just want to hear your voice closer.
They do.
They want that intimacy.
Hear me now.
There's that intimacy.
Well, we're up to 0 people now. That's cool.
Don't worry about that.
I'm not worried. If you build it, they will come.
Not necessarily. That really only applies, I guess, if you have like some unused like cornfield space and you want to reckon some like dead baseball player
Bullshit.
people.
No.
You build that, they'll come apparently, but there's other things at play. You can't just build shit.
That was a great movie, by the way.
It wasn't bad.
Everybody in the cornfield getting along together.
Any movie that like tastefully somehow interacts like the dead people with live people, like take Ghost with Demi Moore and Patrick Swayze. You cross a
Demi,
whatever, you know what I mean.
Well.
You give anybody like a way back into the, give a dead person life again. It's a beautiful movie. Like like the movie's gonna win from there on. Like it's happy to begin with. You're giving somebody who was dead life again, like the dead baseball players coming back.
What about ghost movies and shit like that? Like they come out and they're evil, like bad.
They're not back. They're different people. Then they're not the same. If Field of Dreams baseball players come back and they were just more.
So if only
they weren't about
if
baseball.
the people that come back in the movie are pretty good folks.
Right. Like these baseball players couldn't come back and be like, yeah, I'll play some baseball in your cornfield, but I'm also going to go out and kill some folks real quick. It takes on a different tone.
Maybe.
The whole movie's not the same. So these have to be good ghosts. So all those scary movies, they're out by default. But,
okay.
Build it and they will come.
So that was a half truth, what you said. But that's we're still getting somewhere.
Okay. I'll take it.
So, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch it. Fill in the blank.
Tiger.
Tiger?
Yes.
Really? Is that the way you heard it when you were growing up?
That's the way I heard it when I was growing up.
Eeny,
That's the
meeny,
way
miny, mo, catch a tiger by the toe?
Yep.
Never heard it any other way?
Never really heard it that much at all to begin with. But
Really?
when I did, yeah, it was definitely tiger-centric.
Okay. Because that's not what you said in the car a while ago.
Hypotheticals. I didn't say anything.
Yeah, but you look guilty as soon as I said that. Anybody my age knows what I'm talking about. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tigger by the toe.
So it had to do with
It was
Winnie
taught
the
to
Pooh?
us as children.
Winnie the Pooh?
It had to do with the Civil War, things.
Winnie the
such
Pooh?
of nature.
Christopher
No.
Robinson.
No.
That's where I was hoping you were going. But
No, I wasn't. It was a.
this is YouTube, right?
it's
This
YouTube.
is where nobody gives a shit.
yeah,
Good. Okay.
but I mean, we can edit it out later,
Okay.
you know, and we can always go back live again thanks to all of our dozens of dollars worth of technology we have between us.
Yeah.
It's good to have it going on like that. No, I'm talking about racism. You know what I'm talking about. Any, many, mighty, don't catch a nigger by the toe. That's
Don't.
what we said whenever we was kids.
Can't.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying it because I want to say it. I'm saying it because somebody's got to talk about real race issues, and
Okay.
everybody's acting like, well, I'm not a racist. Well, really? Because I can remember a time in your life whenever you were like, we need to, you know, nuclear bomb certain parts of the, you know, and it was just, it was just.
When hey,
pre-
when
It was
let me- hey,
prevalent in the
real quick.
1960s and 1970s.
real
It's just,
quick. We talked about talking about this. That doesn't mean like go off and just say whatever you want to say.
why not?
Just don't say that word again. That's all I would say. On you know,
The
stream.
N word.
Yeah.
I said it one time.
So don't say it again.
I don't think I need to say it again.
I don't
think
think
one
you
time's
needed to
enough.
say it once. I mean, I appreciate your realness.
Somebody's got.
Hey, yeah, tell everybody.
Like I'll tell everybody. Like I told
is
you,
real
I
talk.
try not to. I try to think I'm not racist, but like I.
But you're not really.
Well,
just-
no. I mean, I was watching Shameless. I told you about that. I was
Yeah.
watching Shameless and Fiona. I have a little crush on Fiona because she's so dysfunctional, and apparently that's the kind of girls I like. So
Can you show me a picture? Who are you talking about online?
Fiona,
Yeah, can you bring her up?
I can, but it
It's not worth it.
yeah, it's not to me.
Okay. You really want to go after
Because
this?
if I get on a Fiona kick, I'm going to stay there. Anyway, she had a bunch of lovers on this show, which was, you know, whatever. It's just a TV show, and then she got on the what's the thing where the people just get on there online just to have sex? Kinder or
Tinder.
Tinder.
It's an app. Yeah.
It's an app. She got on that app, and she ended up with a black dude, and I was like, for some reason, it bothered me that she was with the black guy, and I'm like, I think I'm not racist at all, but this was about a year ago, and it really bothered me, and it made me see that maybe I've got a little bit of racism in me, you know, and I'm trying to just be honest and have a real conversation about it.
Well, that's.
Of course, I mean, I used to be full blown.
Did you really think though that like it took? What is this you're watching again? Like a sitcom, basically.
Shameless.
Shameless.
Yeah.
Like a.
Like you don't know Shameless? You can't be on
I know
my
the show, but is it like a? Would you classify it as a sitcom? Is it a no? What is it? A drama?
It's
like Law and Order type.
No.
No.
It's
What
just a big total.
Cluster.
No, it's dysfunction is what it is.
Dysfunction.
Yes, it's
But what? It comes on a channel.
completely dysfunction. Yes,
But it took this
HBO or
experience-
something. I don't know.
Showtime probably, right?
Yeah, maybe I don't know.
But it took this Showtime show to kind of bring to the surface this realization for you, or was it?
No,
Were there other signs
no,
along the way?
No, there were other signs along the way. Yeah,
Yeah.
like this real winner right here. This is a song I did about 15, 16, 17 years ago.
Wow. Okay.
Back before I was liberated. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pull up your pants, lose the crack pipe, find a job. Turn the boombox down, you get old buggy while
I'm
you're
saying I was raised around the stuff. I know. I mean, went to an all-white school in the 70s and the 60s and the 80s. It was it's just the way it was. But you got to have an honest conversation about it, or else.
And that's what people should appreciate about the whole thing is an honest conversation.
That's what I really want to do.
That's all this is.
And I prefer to not think of myself as a racist because I mean, I don't know how.
Yeah, because you're not really racist.
Well, I was.
You're not though.
Well, I was.
But you're Jesus.
And I think that everybody probably
Dial that music back a little bit.
yeah, I'm gonna turn that off.
Yeah.
Anyway, you get the point. It's
You've
it's
lost-
cleverly disguised as a thing against crackheads, but really it's a dog whistle is what it was, and I thought I was being cute. And now I hate it. I mean, I don't even like the fact that it's out there. and it's only got about 11 views, so we don't have much to worry about.
Yeah. That's 11 more views than
That's
this
11
will
more
get.
views than this will get tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, well.
But that's about all I got, man. Just
Yeah.
gotta have a real talk about race.
Yeah. I appreciate you coming out and explaining all that. I personally never kind of felt that growing up.
Never at all. Nothing. You're that one perfect dude.
No, not even that. But it would always rise, but it always felt wrong. It always felt wrong.
What does that mean?
Just anytime somebody would bring something up,
It felt wrong.
it felt wrong. Never felt right. You know what I mean? Also, it was mostly just a non-issue too. It never really was ever brought up in the first place. You know what I mean? Too. So, but I never felt like this just learned hate, this learned prejudice.
I'm gonna start calling you Vanilla Ice, man.
Yeah, you probably should. That's fine. But I think the tone, the environment of that was beginning to kind of erode. It wasn't. But I grew up predominantly, white and Hispanic neighborhood area.
You lived in the country.
And so I never
Only
had any
neighbors you
sort of
had was the
prejudice towards
Stingles.
Hispanics, anybody, huh?
Only neighbors you had was the Stingles.
Yeah,
Charles Stingle was your neighbor.
yeah, good neighbor.
Gotta be good at something.
Like a good neighbor.
Me for a while. I'm running out.
I can listen to her all night.
She's good.
All right, now you done. Now I'm gonna have to pull up a picture of Fiona.
Good. I want to see this. Not if it's gonna make you upset or anything, though. Are you cool with it?
Don't worry about me.
Are you cool with it?
Don't worry about me.
I'm worried about you.
Don't.
Why?
I got this.
Do you?
Absolutely.
All right.
See, but she looks too nice and clean in this picture. She's not all street cred Fiona. She's a singer.
A natural born guitarist.
Not that kind of singer.
Linger.
Anyway, there she is in character. See, she's got that thing.
Black eye.
Yeah, whatever it is. The total look of dysfunction that drives me crazy.
Yeah.
Something about that needing to be a knight in shining armor.
You or somebody else?
Me?
You?
Me.
You're the one who wants to be the knight in shining
Yeah,
armor?
I have that need to be the knight in shining armor.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, it's like dudes that go hire a prostitute and then fall in love with them, think they can save them.
Huh.
That kind of whatever that sickness is, that's what I've got.
You just feel you're a protector.
I guess.
You're
I am.
you're a rescuer, a saver.
Knight in shining armor is what I am.
Knight in shining armor. The hero.
Yeah.
So that's what she gets on the show?
No, I haven't watched the last season yet. I don't know how it ends up.
Wow.
But strange. What is it? Strange Things.
Stranger Things
Stranger Things. That's the coolest show I've watched in a long time.
with Will Byers.
Yeah. Who's Will Byers?
Will?
Which one is it? Oh yeah,
Will.
yeah. Well,
Yeah, Will Byers.
oh, the one that you thought was really he, she.
I have my own theories that I haven't gotten all the way through it, so I'll.
Would you illuminate us on your theories?
No.
Huh?
It's not appropriate. No, I don't think it's appropriate for live streaming. It's just a stupid little, Stranger Things theories. And it's titled Stranger Things, so who the hell's idea is really, inappropriate to begin with if it's that. So, but I think that Will
And you're really
crossed through the dark energy and came out as 11, as a transgendered person. Yeah,
That's the way you see it.
but I've only seen 2 episodes.
Okay.
You gotta let me get caught up.
Okay.
Just what it seems like right now. There's a dude who, but you see the flashbacks with the father, right? And the 11's put in the room, so she was there beforehand too. It wasn't that some kid disappeared and this kid showed up mysteriously, and it's not the same kid. It's one kid actually disappeared, and then Barb too, right? Barb goes somewhere. Barb goes missing
Yeah.
within the first couple of episodes.
She goes really, really missing. Like, not soap opera missing where you can come back from the dead, like real missing.
So you're saying Will went soap opera missing? Don't give it away.
I didn't mean to give that away.
Okay.
I just said I didn't say anything about Will. I just said that Barb was real missing, not soap opera missing.
We had to give a shout out to Isaac and Broke Down at the Shack podcast, since we were on there, and now we're sitting here trying to do a video podcast. Shout out to Isaac. Shout out to Broke Down at the Shack.
What's up, Isaac?
Sorry, I didn't mean to throw this whole thing off course. If I did, I was just,
You did.
yeah.
I had a really good show planned until you did that. Way to go.
It was going to
Way
be
to go,
Stranger
Austin.
Things. It was going to be Stranger Things.
Stranger Things rocks.
Doo-doo-doo-doo.
If you manage a team, you should be using Monday.com.
Why they put
It's a
the ads
platform
up
to manage
front?
any team and any project. Marketing campaigns, classic project management, sales pipelines,
I've got a natural gift. I have any training whatsoever. I had hardly any training whatsoever, and just go in there and sing.
Just go in and sing.
What do you got going there?
I don't know.
No,
Just
I'm
some
saying.
clickbait.
It's for dreams. For passion.
Auditions for
For big chances.
something's talent or something going on.
Stand on the X, please.
Alright, guys.
And what's your name?
Zoe.
And why are you here today?
To win the X Factor.
Really? Are you good enough?
Yeah.
Why?
I think I've got the potential and talent.
Okay, name me one artist in the world you think you could be as successful as.
Christina Aguilera.
Yeah.
Someone like that.
And what are you going to sing?
Beautiful by Christina Aguilera.
Good. Good, it's a very good song.
Every day is so wonderful, then suddenly
He gets
it's
off on
hard
being a
to
dick.
breathe.
Yeah, he
I am beautiful in every single way. Yes, what can bring me down? Oh no, so don't you bring me down
She's buying it.
today.
Thank you very much indeed. It was terrible.
No way.
I'm afraid so.
Sharon, what do you think?
How long have you been studying singing?
I haven't been studying it.
Okay, Danny, what do you think?
Okay, you've got a very explosive personality. There's something for you in the performing arts, but it's definitely not singing.
God.
Right, yes or no, Sharon?
No.
Danny?
Oh my God.
Danny?
No.
Louis?
absolutely no.
Right.
Right, I know. You haven't even heard me sing my second
Yeah,
song
we've heard
yet.
enough, darling.
You're
not
dreadful.
good enough.
You're dreadful.
Thank you very
I can't
much.
believe that.
Off you go.
What do we have?
Goodbye.
They're dicks.
Spoiled.
Awful,
Spoiled.
awful,
Spoiled
awful,
child.
And they should be more about like, go back, find a vocal coach,
awful,
Her
awful,
parents,
awful.
spend
what have they
17 years
done
with
to
that
her?
vocal
That's
coach,
made a
and then
fool
come
of me.
back.
Say again?
That's made a fool of
This dude's got it going on, I can already tell.
Right, your name is?
Who?
Ashwin.
Ashman.
Happy to see the girls?
Yep. I'm sure they'll be happy to see me once I'm done.
Good, okay. You're very confident.
Thank you.
Yeah?
Can I start?
Yeah.
2 hours of pushing broom bison, 8 for 12 for bedroom. I'm a man of means by no means, king of the road.
That's the song I won't play at my funeral. I told Nate that the other day. We're gonna make me sing it.
How do you think it went?
Brilliantly.
Say it into the
say that.
mic so people
Louis?
will have it
It
on
was just
record.
very, very average. Everything was average.
What's your
Oh man,
That's what now? The song that what?
that song I won't play at my funeral.
Yeah?
King of the Road.
Yeah?
Trailers for sale or rent. Rooms to let 50 cents. No phone, no pool, no pets. I ain't got no cigarettes. And he started in halfway through the song. No wonder they're giving him a hard time.
definition
Why do you want that song played at your funeral?
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
It's
Why do you want that song played at your funeral?
Because I like it.
Yeah?
It says a lot.
Out of all the songs, though?
I smoke old stogies I have found.
Well, hold on. Let's ask this question. How many songs do you want played at your funeral?
2.
Just 2?
Yep.
And that gets one of the spots?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. What's the other song?
Amanda Brown's going to sing You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman.
Oh, okay. All right. And then the other one, though, is this one?
Yeah.
This King of the Road song?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Which one comes first?
Well, I would think King of the Road.
The chicken.
The rooster.
King of the Road,
Yeah.
and then Natural Woman.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They're fixing to flay him.
Who?
That dude.
Who sings that King of the Road song?
Roger Miller.
Oh, the X Factor.
Roger
You don't
Miller.
have it.
No, I don't have the X Factor, but I've got everything else that's even bigger than the X Factor.
Well, the show is called The X Factor, which is a bit of a problem. There is a difference between being confident and deluded, and you fall, unfortunately, into the latter. No one would pay to see you perform.
Was
I know
this
a
your
lot of people
plan to
pay at
go
least
watch
10 to see
like
me.
old American Idol clips? You just
No,
happened
it
to go
just
there?
happened. Yeah. I ran out of shit to talk about.
Oh yeah, you covered covered racism in 5 minutes, and you were good.
Well, I'm just saying.
Don't you think that deserves a little bit more time?
Racism?
Yeah, it's kind of a big topic. Takes a while to unfold all those.
This is a conversation starter, is all it is. If the 0 people watching this are to go out and they tell 0 people each, and they go and tell 0 people each, pretty soon it's going to make a big change.
Yeah, you're right. It's just one of those. It felt like you just kind of wanted to get it out briefly to get it off your chest, but you didn't really want to. You didn't really.
Well, I don't know what else to say about it.
Well, talk about maybe how you think it maybe translates to the problems that exist in our society today. If you believe that they do, which I have to believe that you believe that, because why else would you have brought it up? Why?
You're asking a lot of big questions right now.
You think that maybe some people who are brought up the way you were brought up enter, certain roles of society that kind of have an influence? By the way, what are you looking at? Are you bringing up your?
I tell my students if I'm an innocent person,
Something I wasn't going to talk about.
I'll trade you all that good stuff. I'll trade you that right to trial by jury, all that beyond reasonable doubt, that right.
Especially since 0's.
Why does he sound like the devil? you recorded it at a different sample rate,
Yeah.
and it's playing back at a.
I slowed it down that way on purpose for
You
dramatic effect.
lie.
No, I'm not.
You lie.
I slowed it down to get that effect.
You did not.
Yes, I did.
Why would you do that? Did you do that for?
Yes, I did, and it worked.
Are you playing it? What's the deal?
I'm fixing to play it. I'm gonna talk.
Oh, you're
about
gonna
it
preface
first.
it. Preface.
I'm gonna preface.
Preface.
Hang on. Yeah, this is a story that's going on right here, close to home.
Yeah. Is it?
This is not my family member, but my cousins. It is their uncle on the other side of their family. So I've known this man since I was young.
Yep.
And we feel like a real injustice is being done. And I been like doing some research and following his case, and we're going to kind of talk about it a little bit. Right now, I got a trailer that I made, and I'm just going to show that and let y'all get a look at it. And then we'll talk about it a little bit on the flip side.
So I tell my students, if I'm an innocent person falsely convicted, I'll trade you all that good stuff. I'll trade you that right to trial by jury, all that proof beyond a reasonable doubt, that right to assistance of counsel, that right to confront my accuser. I'll trade it all for an ethical prosecutor.
That's him, Joe Bryan, right there. High school principal in Clifton, Texas.
Is this a Metallica song?
No, it's me on guitar.
It's pretty good.
That's back when I could still play.
Look at the young man dying.
Just little reminders in time of what has happened since this man's been locked up due to bad circumstances.
Where'd you get this music?
You like it?
It's pretty cool. It feels like I've heard it before.
Been operated in a day and age before the cell phone, before the mobile camera.
That was some great camera work right
And,
there.
You know, many times things would happen and would get handled. The main thing we had to worry about was who saw what and who would talk, you know.
Yeah.
Pablo.
$1996.
The experts that testified, I don't see how he can come to any conclusion other than Jodell Bryan did not get a fair trial. And I'll say this much, it was more than just incompetence on the policeman. It was a cover-up.
You think it was nefarious?
I think it was nefarious. I do.
agree with that.
And I believe that Dennis Dunlap,
You think there's evidence of
I
that?
think Dennis Dunlap killed at least 2 people in Clifton that year, and possibly 3, and he was a police officer.
And his testimony was not consistent with what I got out of the training. So the bloodstain pattern analysis class that I went to was taught by Tom Bevel. He doesn't teach
Randy
anymore, but
Gates.
he taught Officer Thorman from Harker Heights, who testified in the Joe Bryan trial.
Joe, mourned poor health, wiped the tears from his eyes often. Every time another photo was rudely displayed, Joe seemed to grow smaller and smaller. And at times he simply looked down. Occasionally he seems to drift away, and with all my heart, I pray to God that Joe Bryan is in that dream world and that he never ever has to see his Mickey. Or more importantly, that strangers would never again have to see this image of his Mickey, the love of his life, the modest, dignified, kind, and loving wife. And you think, could that happen to me? And after hearing what we hear today, we know it could. It could happen to you, it could happen to me, it could happen to any of us, because this was badly done. This was badly done by everybody that touched it.
Yep. It was badly done.
By everybody that touched it.
Yeah. And I know 5 minutes isn't long enough to give to this topic either, but I'm just kind of brushing over things I'm interested in right now. Go back and listen to some more John and May. I can't help it. What's that yelling noise? Do you hear it?
Yeah, I mean, you mean the white noise?
Is that the TV in there? Is that what that is?
Probably.
I just,
Shouldn't be that.
yeah. I'm just going to put John and May on there. Let her
You
sing
gonna
her
do
song.
the Shattered in Two, Broken and Shattered in
I don't know whatever song this is. I think it is. I think that's what it is.
But you wrecked my heart. Now I'm half alive. But when you are broken and shattered in two, I'll be here on the outside. I'll be waiting on you to see I'm the only one who really knows you. I'll be back by your side soon. I've been waiting on you.
She says wait.
If you just ask nicely, you know I wouldn't feel so easy. 'Cause right now I'm dying to do anything to stay in your arms. You made me a nervous fool. I'd do anything for you. If you're looking for just a one night, I'll do that too. You wrecked my heart, but I need and shattered in two. I'll be here on the outside, I'll be waiting on you to see I'm the only one who really knows you. I'll be back by your side soon. I've been waiting on
Dynamite.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Does she have all that recorded, like and available on for purchase and download and stuff?
Probably.
Probably. You should be linking that right now. Be like, this is where you get that. Of course, it's right there live, right? Like on what is that? Prospect, Texas. You just played that from?
Prospect, Texas.
Mm.
One of my many hats I wear.
This is Prospect, Texas, or this is just live on you? Oh,
I don't even really. It might be live on Prospect, Texas YouTube. I'm not sure.
you don't know.
It's on
You gonna talk
YouTube.
into the microphone, or is it just for looks?
It's just for looks.
Man, it sounds good though. Sounds really good for something that's just for looks. But you do
SM57.
you. Sounds great. Sounds just like this.
There was a time in my life when I wouldn't even use an SM57.
That sounds better than what I have right now. And this microphone is 3.5 times the cost.
Yeah, but it's not the microphone that makes it sound better.
You're right. Yeah, it's the recording interface.
That's what it is.
Yeah, it's all in the preamp.
All right, I think that's we got a caller. Hello. Well, I'm live right now.
Dude, I just shot me another rattlesnake.
You just shot another rattlesnake?
Yeah, do you want it?
How big is it?
Cook it.
About the same as the other one.
Cook it.
We've already got the other one in the freezer. Did you skin it yet? Did you clean it?
Dude, I just shot that thumb. They shot me out. It just happened.
Did the dogs find it?
Is Steve Miller okay?
Barking. I heard like a weird rattle. I walked over there and that thing just started biting me.
Wow.
So I went in the house. I got the pistol to come back. I shot the snake. But there's another snake skin. If you want it, I'm gonna keep it for you. If not, I'm gonna throw it in the ditch.
Eat him.
I think whenever we go to cook them, whenever we do our rattlesnake tacos or whatever we're going to do, we're going to need both of them to make a good meal out of it. What do you think?
Well, I'm not gonna go with this some mix now. I'm just pitch over the fence and call it good for tonight.
All right. That'd be fine, too.
But I thought you might want a snake skin or something.
Well,
snake meat. Get the snake meat.
I could. Would you like a snake skin to put on your wall, Austin?
No, I want the snake meat.
You want the snake meat. He wants the snake meat. We got snake meat already.
I'll take the whole fucker and I'll throw it in the freezer and then.
That'll work. That'll work. That sounds good. And I'll be home. I'll be home tomorrow. So we're just fixing to close up our podcast. So hope you don't mind going live on our podcast while I'm talking on the phone with you.
That's fine.
All right, bud. Well, I'll see you tomorrow. All right, bye.
I'll leave you broken, shattered in two. I'm on the outside. I'll be waiting on you.
All right. We've been live for 46 minutes, 22 seconds. I think that's about long enough for tonight. I'm ready to drink a beer and relax a little bit.
Yeah, you've been working hard for these past 46 minutes?
Yes.
Pretty hard?
Yeah. It's very
All right.
Taxi.
Yeah, that's cool.
Besides, you took an oath.
Yeah, well, this is YouTube. Who gives a shit?
All right. Thank y'all for tuning in, all 0 of you.
Nobody's going to tune in on YouTube. That was the plan.
No, but we got it now. We can go back and take best of clips out of it. As soon as I figure out how to turn it off.